Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos on lesson content.
Got no place to be, got no place to go. Come hang out with me on the Mr. Flanders Show.
Alright everybody, Mr. Flanders here, and we are continuing with our Saxon math lesson for the week. We are now looking at Guided Class Practice 122A. Just your reminder that the expectation is we do A sides together, and B sides are on your own for our guided class practices. Okay? Another warning before we get started, I have plugged in some of the information on this worksheet already just to save for some time. But please feel free to copy down the information as I am talking about it. With all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into our lesson. We're going to look at question number 1. Okay, question number 1. The children in Mrs. Carlisle's class read 337 books, and the children in Mrs. Buter's class read 284 books. How many books did the children in the two classes read altogether? Now, if you remember from our last lesson and what we've talked about in class before, the word altogether in this context means add. They are using it to say add. We need to add these two numbers together. Our two numbers would be 337 and 284. Because those are the numbers of books that each class read. We need to add them together to figure out how many they read as a group. Okay, you'll see I've already written the numbers over here as well. If you're doing this in Google Classroom, don't worry, I didn't write it there for you, but you can work this out on a scratch piece of paper. Everybody else, please take a second, write 337 plus 284 in your workspace, just like I did. And then we are going to solve this together. Let's look at 7 plus 4. That equals 11. Okay. And then we've got 3 plus 8. What does that equal? 3 plus 8 also equals 11. Plus this 1 is 12. Okay. And then we've got 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Plus the 1 is 6. So we now know that they read 621 books all together. For our number sentence, all we're going to do is write 337 plus 284 equals, what is our answer? 621. 621. Then we're going to write our answer here. 621 books. Boom. Okay. Number 2. It says write number sentences for these arrays. Wait a second. What's an array again?
An array is an arrangement of objects, pictures, or numbers in columns and rows.
All right, thank you, Mr. Flanders. Thank you for that help. Yes, an array is a grouping of pictures, objects, numbers in columns and rows. You will see that we've got our columns that go down and our rows that go across. But we don't have boxes this time around. So instead, we're just going to count them without any sort of box or shape around them. So what is our array for these x's? Well, let's count the x's on the top first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we could do 7 by, well, how many do we have going down? 1, 2. 7 by 2. Or you can write it 2 by 7. Okay, you can write it either way. Second one. Let's go ahead and count our row going down first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 by how many? How many are going across? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh. Or we can write it 3 by 4. Okay? Very good. Yeah, see, these arrays aren't so hard. They're pretty easy. Okay, and we've written our number sentences for them. We've written the actual way to write them, and we've added our second way we could write it as well. So there's two different ways we could write it. Okay, we've done that for both of them. Let's go ahead and look at number 3 now. Number 3 says color 2 3/4 of the circles. Well, if you'll notice, on this circle right here, I have put an X. Okay, I've done this for the paper packet for right here, and then I've also done this already in Google Classroom. If you are working on this in your paper packet, though, you need to write it in your circle, please. So please go ahead and get that done. And then it says color 2 full circles. That's what the big number is there for. So we're going to color 2, 1, 2, and then it says 3/4. Okay. Well, you'll notice this last circle, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spots that we can color. All right. So our numerator is the 3. Our denominator is the 4. We need to color in 3 spots, even though there are 4 total. So let's get that done. If you're doing this in Google Classroom, you just need to move the shapes around to fill in this circle. All right, there we go. Yeah, pretty easy stuff, guys. We do this in class all the time. We know what we're doing. Let's look at number 4 now. Number 4. We've got this little graph right here, this pie chart rather, and it says color tiles in bag A. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the first question. How many yellow tiles are in bag A? We'll see that we've got green, blue, yellow, and red. So we are looking for the yellow tiles. Here they are right here. How many are there in bag A? 3. We're going to write 3. Okay. Now it says, which color has one more tile than green? So let's find green. Okay, we've got green right here. Its number's 5. But it's asking which color has one more tile than green. So that means we need to look for the color that is one more than 5. So what's one more than 5, guys? That would be 6. So what color tile has 6? Blue. So we're going to write blue. Good. Okay. And then it asks which 2 colors make up half of the tiles in bag A. Now, if we're looking for something that is making up half, that means we are splitting it right down the center. Okay, so we have the same size on this side and the same size on this side, and we're just going to do that right here. We can do that with this pie chart. Can't always do it with the pie charts, but we can do it with this one. Okay. Blue and, let's see, we've got blue and yellow, which could be one answer. Red and blue, that make up another answer. Or green and blue. Let's see, so we've got blue and yellow. So we've got blue and yellow here. Nope, they don't make up half. Red and blue. Ooh, there they are. And then green and blue. Nope, green and blue doesn't make it. So the answer would be blue and red. We're going to circle blue and red. Good work on that one, guys. Let's go ahead and move this paper up now. Okay. And we're going to look at question 5. You'll notice that I've already drawn the coins for this. If you're doing this in Google Classroom, they are already placed there, but if you're doing this in your packet, you will need to draw the coins yourself. So it says, I have 2 quarters, 1 dime, 3 nickels, and 1 penny. Draw the coins. Well, I've done that. So my 2 quarters I've drawn right here because they are worth 25 cents. I've put 25 in them. I've put my 1 dime right here, and that's the 10 because a dime is worth 10. I've drawn 3 nickels right here, 1, 2, 3, and I've put a 5 in each one because a nickel is worth 5. And then my 1 penny is right there. And it says, how much money do I have? Well, let's look at this a couple of different ways. I would like to split these coins into groups. Okay, so I'm going to put a line here and a line here. All right, let's go ahead and start with our 2 quarters. Okay, our 2 quarters. If we have 2 quarters, that means we have 50 cents. So I'm going to write 50 cents. Okay, right here I've got 10 plus 1. I've got a dime plus a penny. Well, what's 10 plus 1? That's 11 cents. Okay, and then right here I've got 3 nickels. I'm not even going to need to add these. I'm just going to count by 5 3 times. 5, 10, 15. I have 15 cents with those. Okay. What I'm going to do next, split my square here in half. I'm going to take my 2 quarters that I added together. I'm going to take their number, which is 50. I'm then going to take the number from my dime and my penny, which is 11. And then from my nickels, it is 15. And I'm going to add them all together to get the answer. Now, you guys might be still taking a couple seconds to write down the coins. That's fine. Go ahead and take your time. If you're doing this in Google Classroom, like I said, everything is already drawn out for you with the coins, but I did not break down the addition problem like this, so please feel free to use a scratch piece of paper to get the answer. And I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to try to work out what is 50 plus 11 plus 15. All right? 10 seconds. Here we go. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Hopefully everybody had that written down. I realize my hand blocked some of the problem. I apologize for that. But let's go ahead and come back and look at 50 plus 11 plus 15. The answer would be 76 cents. I'm going to write that right here, 76 cents. And if you're typing this out on Google Classroom, don't worry about the cent sign. I know it can be a little tricky. All right, for number 6, it says, trace a pair of perpendicular line segments in problem 5 using a crayon. Now, if you are at home, please feel free to use a crayon, pencil, pen, whatever you need to do to draw 2 sets of perpendicular line segments. Now, if you remember, a perpendicular line segment is basically 2 lines together that create a 90-degree angle or a right angle. Okay? And if you were doing this in Google Classroom, you'll notice that I've already put 2 perpendicular line segments out that have that right angle. But for everybody else watching, if you've forgotten, a right angle is basically just a corner of our shape. Okay, we can use a piece of paper to find that out, like right here. Boom, see, just like that. Those are my 2 perpendicular line segments. Okay. And then, lastly, for number 7, it says find the answers. We've got 1 subtraction problem and 2 subtraction problems and 1 addition problem. But they are written in number sentence format rather than actually as a stackable problem. So we are going to figure out how to write those the right way. If you're doing this in Google Classroom, though, you'll notice that these areas here are actually just your answer boxes, just because I didn't want you guys to try to worry about typing them in the right format. Okay, so you just have to write the answers. So work out the problems on a scratch piece of paper. For our first one, 62, take away 48. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write 62 here, right next to the subtraction sign, and then I'm going to write 48. Okay? I've stacked the numbers on top of each other, just like we would see in our normal math problems. So let's go ahead and do 62 take away 48. Well, we're going to start on the right side with our 2. 2 take away 8 is, well, nothing. We can't do 2 take away 8. It's just not possible for us right now. So instead, we're going to take this 6, we're going to turn it into a 5, regroup, and turn that 2 into a 12. So now we've got 12 take away 8, and that is 4. And then we've got 5 take away 4. Well, what's 5 take away 4? That is 1. So 62 take away 48 is 14. Good work, guys. Our next one, 563 plus 194. I'm going to write 563 here, and then the 194 right here. Okay. 3 plus 4 is 7. 6 plus 9 is 15. I'm going to regroup the 10 part of our 15, put it there. We've got 5 plus 1 is 6, plus this extra 1 is 7. So 563 plus 194 is 757. Good job. Now our last one, 494 take away 277. Okay, we've got 4 over here first. We're going to start on our right side. 4 take away 7 is, it's nothing we can do right now. So we're going to turn this 9. Excuse me, guys. Turn this 9 into an 8. Okay, and then we're going to turn our 4 into 14. So we've got 14 take away 7 equals 7. We've then got 8 take away 7 equals 1. And then we've got 4 take away 2. Guys, what is 4 take away 2? That is 2. So 494 take away 277 equals 217. Okay, that was a pretty good worksheet, guys. Pretty simple worksheet, actually. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know through Class Dojo or Flipgrid. Otherwise, gentle reminder, the expectation is we do A side together. Boom, A side. And B side is for you to work on your own. And everything you've got here is basically the same thing we've just gone over, just with a couple of words changed around, okay? I look forward to seeing the work you guys do on this. I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to see how you guys have come along with your math skills since all of this has started. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get running. I'm going to jump over to our next part of this lesson, which is the last part of our lesson for the week. So I'll see you guys shortly. Take it easy. Hello again, my friends. Mr. Flanders here, joining you for the last half of our math lesson for the day and for the week. We will be looking at a class fact practice worksheet, A side and B side. Now remember, A side, I go over with you guys a little bit for this stuff, and then B side, you are completely on your own. But this is a worksheet we have basically seen before. Some of the problems have slightly changed around a little bit, but since we've done a lot of our 3 times table for a while now, I don't want to spend too much time going over stuff with you guys again that you already know, but I will give you a couple of reminders before I set you out to complete this on your own. Just a reminder, 3 times 2, okay, well remember it's asking you for like 3 groups of 2, okay, your multiplication is about grouping, okay, so there's enough room on the sides of the questions that you can write out your groups if you need. If you're doing this in Google Classroom, please feel free to use a scratch piece of paper, but like 3 times 2, let's go ahead and do 3 groups. 1, 2, 3 groups of 2. And that answer would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Okay. Another one I want to give you guys a gentle reminder on is 3 times 1. And this is a reminder for anything times 1. Anytime you're working with the number 1 in multiplication, it's always going to be the other number. It's never going to be 1 unless it's like 1 times 1. But yes, 3 times 1 would be 3. Okay, if it was like 5 times 1, that would be 5. If it was 10 times 1, it would be 10. Any number times 1 is always that number. Okay, and then last reminder, 3 times 0. Any number times 0. Okay, the answer is always going to be 0 because you cannot multiply 3 times 0. You cannot multiply 5 times 0. You can't multiply 7 times 0. Your answer is always going to be 0. Okay, that's about it for this lesson, guys. It's pretty easy stuff. We've been doing this for a bit now. However, the same policy stands. If you need any help with it, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, reach out to me on Class Dojo or on Flipgrid. I have no problem helping you guys with this. I want to make sure you're getting this as you're moving on. But yeah, otherwise, I think you guys got this. But let me know if you don't. All right, I'm gonna get running. I want you guys to finish this up. Remember, you're doing A side and B side, and then after that, enjoy your weekend, guys. Okay? I appreciate you. I'll see you soon.